In pursuit of world records, players will try and do whatever it takes to get an edge. This is especially true when you consider that games are 10, 20, 30, quite potentially 70 plus hours long. Any bit of extra efficiency over the course of a game that's that long will go on to make an exceptional difference. And when you're racing against a reset timer, this could quite possibly allow you to reach new heights and world records. Today I'd like to present and discuss an exploit within Black Ops and Black Ops 2 Zombies that is only a few months old but has divided the community and stirred up quite a bit of debate. We'll be talking about what's known as Fast Ray Gun, or the Rapid Fire exploit, and whether or not this is an exploit that will break world records or will allow us to set new standards and new heights for world records. Before we jump into it, I just want to make a quick announcement that for the duration of May, I'll be selling my Zombie Killer t-shirts and Zombie Killer sweatshirts. If you want to get them, a link is in the description. It's an excellent way to support me and support the channel. I read some of your comments on the last video, and a few of you commented that they were just a bit too pricey, so what I've gone ahead and done is taken $5 off the t-shirts and sweatshirts. So if you want to get them now at a discounted price, a link is in the description. Thank you, it's a great way to support the channel and me, and I greatly appreciate it. But let's jump into this exploit. Before we get into the debate and implications of this exploit, let's first explain where Rapid Fire / the Fast Ray Gun exploit comes from and what it is. I want to first thank Strat for helping me create this video and research it. I'm going to link his channel in the description, as well as some of the videos that he's already created on this subject. I recommend you check them out. He's what I would say is one of the leading experts on this exploit. So the Fast Ray Gun or Rapid Fire exploit was originally founded by Crafted Sam in January of 2020. So it's only of this year that people have started playing with it. It was discovered that if you change weapons, shoot, and reload at the same time, you can shoot incredibly quickly. It was fairly rudimentary in the early stages. Some players were messing around with it, others were writing scripts for macros so that this could be pulled off, and some were floating around the community, but it was fairly basic and wasn't taken to its highest level. It could only be done with the use of scripts and macros, so it wasn't very widespread. Now, around March of 2020 is when Stret started to get involved. Stret did his own research and wrote a couple rapid fire scripts of his own, and he wanted to see if there was a way to do it without using scripts. And what Stret discovered was that you can spam the mouse wheel for rapid inputs, which would then make rapid fire possible without the use of scripts. So if you change your key bindings to what you'll see on screen, then you can, as you shoot, spam the mouse wheel up and down and perform rapid fire. So here's some clips of it in action. This is Stret's video where he shows rapid fire versus non-rapid fire. You'll see it takes him roughly 7 seconds to fire all the ray gun ammo that he has when shooting normally. But then when he uses rapid fire, he's able to go through all of his ray gun ammo in about 2 seconds. This means that when you're using these key bindings and spamming the wheel, you're shooting roughly 3.5 times faster. Although it should be stated that pulling this move off is kind of tough. I tried to do it myself and I struggled to do it. It also takes a lot of practice, and I found it also difficult to aim while performing rapid fire. Another thing that Stret developed were some macro scripts that you can run using a program like AutoHotkey to perform rapid fire consistently by holding down Z and then shooting. If you watch the footage of his macro in action, it's absolutely insane how quickly he's able to shoot. I'll put a link to these macros in the description if you want to try them out for yourself. This can be done in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, although there are specific scripts for each version. As it stands right now, rapid fire as an exploit hasn't been done on console, although it is theoretically possible and possible to be done with a controller. A few theories have developed as how to perform it, but it hasn't been tested enough yet and could potentially be very difficult to do. So as it stands right now, it's mostly limited to PC. That's where the Fast Ray Gun / Rapid Fire exploit exists at the moment as far as development and progress. This has obvious implications for world record and high round runs because it will allow you to kill the zombies faster. The reality of high round runs is that it's become less about surviving to the highest possible round and has now become more akin to a speed run. You're racing against the reset timer to try to get as high a round as possible before the game resets. Think maps like Call of the Dead and Nuketown, where you don't have a one-hit kill wonder weapon like the Thunder Gun to blow away the zombies. You're forced to use weapons like the Ray Gun, and having your Ray Gun shoot 3.5 times faster means you'll be able to play much faster, and in turn, reach higher rounds before the game resets. You can see this in Chris Voltage's Nuketown world record game, where he not only set the world record by an extra 4 rounds, but was one of the first people in the world to ever reach round 100 on Nuketown. Had an innovation like rapid fire not been discovered, round 100 on Nuketown might not have been possible. This has also been done to reach the second place Nuketown co-op world record of 87, which was one shy of the world record 88, and the town co-op world record of 89 was also set using this rapid fire exploit. Examples of rapid fire can be found all over the leaderboards for Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 Zombies, and you can make the argument has opened the door for new world records to be set and broken, which is game-changing and breathes new life into the world record scene. Another area where rapid fire has been implemented to great success is during first room challenges. Black Ops and Black Ops 2 first room challenges are absolutely insane. If you want, watch some of Stret's moves during his first room challenge on Varrock. The way he's able to glide around these zombies is absolutely insane. These are some of the most skillful world records you'll see in Zombies, and rapid fire can be implemented into these gameplays as well. Within the first room challenges, while you're not limited on time like you are, say, in a high round run, you are limited in your weapon selection. You basically have to use whatever is on the wall. And the value of rapid fire really adds to first room challenges because it speeds up the runs. When you're getting into the 30s, which is possible in first room challenges, it's going to take forever to kill the zombies with your M1 Garand, Gewehr, Kark 98, or M14, whatever you're using. But by allowing players to use rapid fire during first room challenges, players are simply speeding up the time to kill zombies, and I would say that this doesn't greatly diminish the skill level to reach the latest world records in first room challenges, and this innovation opens up the door to new world records and also breathes new life into the first room challenges. And this has been done in a number of areas such as solo first room challenges and co-op first room challenges, and makes camping strategies a little bit more viable. So as you can see, the rapid fire / fast ray gun exploit opens up a whole new array of opportunities for players to reach new world records. But this has also opened up a can of worms in terms of discussion as to whether or not this should be legal to use in world record runs. There's a number of reasons players should feel it should be banned from the community. The first reason is that at the moment, this is something that only PC players can really take advantage of. While it is theoretically possible on console, all world records set using this exploit have been done on PC. What this means is that an entire section of players are eliminated from ever being able to set new world records simply because they play on console. Another concern is that many players are using macros to achieve rapid fire. Now, macros have been quite controversial in the speedrunning community for years. A recent example would be with Doom Eternal, where macros have completely broken speedruns on that game. The community decided to have a vote and ultimately allowed for the use of macros in an effort to level their playing field, but this decision was nonetheless controversial. Macros blur the lines of what is and is not a tool-assisted speedrun. Some feel that tools outside of the base game should not be allowed in official speedruns under any circumstance, and this discussion and debate is something that most games go through. Some people would argue that macros are considered tools, and when macros are used in games, it is a tool-assisted speedrun, while others feel that it's a way to level the playing field. Every game from Doom to Mario 64 has had debates of this nature, and it's an ongoing one in the speedrunning community that probably won't be settled anytime soon. It seems right now that rapid fire and fast ray gun have become at least an accepted part of the high round world record scene. As I mentioned, many established and accepted runs include rapid fire. This includes Phoenix's round 240 run on Ascension that I've spoken about on this channel previously. And the part of the community that has pushed the most back on rapid fire would be the first room challenge players. And this is for a number of reasons. One, their runs are less time dependent, so optimizing for time is less valuable. These games will take 10, 20, 30 hours, but you don't need to worry about your game resetting, so who cares if this run takes 30 hours or 40 hours? Another issue is that many first room players are actually using controller, so they aren't quite able to do rapid fire. Strat actually ran a vote to see how the community feels about rapid fire being used in first room challenges, and roughly 73% of the community felt it should be banned. So there is a sizable chunk of this community that is against this exploit. Now, while there is a sizable amount of the community against this exploit, this isn't to say that those in favor of rapid fire don't have valid arguments. They do. Here are some of the counter arguments. While many feel that this is something only PC players can do, it is, again, theoretically possible to be done on controller, but needs more exploration. We're also starting to reach the point in world record runs where you need to be playing on PC anyway to beat the world record. The game just isn't that stable when you're going on for so long, so you need to be on PC. You could make the argument that console players are already excluded with or without this exploit, since most Black Ops 1 world records are not possible on console anymore. It's also a natural part of the game and only requires you to simply change some key bindings. There are many examples of alternate key bindings that are legal within runs, so why shouldn't this be legal for players to technically take advantage of a natural in-game bug that has been possible since day one? It's also thought that by suppressing this exploit, you will be holding back the game's community and progress. This exploit opened up the door for the first ever Nuketown Round 100. If new world records aren't being set and players feel that beating records are impossible, then they will stop playing the game and the community will die. It's for this reason that innovations are essential to keeping the community and game alive, and by suppressing this exploit, you are, in a sense, suppressing the community's ability to grow. Rapid fire also isn't diminishing the skill used to set world records, but is simply allowing them to be done faster. Lastly, the macro is probably the most controversial part of this debate, and while yes, it is a tool outside of the game, you could make the argument that macros will level the playing field, much like they did in Doom. I personally struggled to do rapid fire without a macro when I was testing it myself, and some mouses will be better equipped to do rapid fire than other. This suddenly creates a hardware limitation on world record runs, which is generally considered to be a bad thing in the speedrun and world record community. By allowing macros, this levels the playing field in terms of hardware, so players with good mice or players with bad mice will still be able to set world records. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the fast ray gun / rapid fire exploit. This is an exploit that stirred up quite a bit of controversy in the community and has also changed how people are thinking about and approaching world record runs. What do you think about it? Do you think this is something that's breathing new life into the world record scene, or do you feel this is an exploit that will break the world record scene? I'd be interested to know what you guys think about it, and if you want, you can actually have a say in this debate. As I was creating this video, a poll was released by Zom Community, and they right now are taking opinions on whether or not fast ray guns should be allowed in the world record scene. So if you want, you can check out that poll. A link is in the description, and have your voice heard of whether or not you think fast ray guns should be something people use in their world record runs or not. A link is in the description. With that said, that's going to wrap up the video. As a reminder, you can go check out the Zombie Killer t-shirts and hoodies. The link is in the description. They'll only be available for the May, and for the time being, they are $5 off. So check that out while they're available. I want to thank you for supporting me and supporting the channel. Have a wonderful day, and bye.